Everybody, welcome to today. Welcome to Advocate Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have a very important topic for today's show, which attacks are already beginning on the LGBT community, and they have big time, especially against the trans people. Okay, so let's get right into this. You know, these MAGA followers, these MAGA cult followers, who are these mega religious people and so on and so forth. They're saying that trans people are just having the operation just so they can get into the women's bathroom. Baloney. That's not the truth. Okay. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. You really think that people go through this whole process of the transition, tons of medicine, operations, and all this other stuff that takes years and years and years to get done. You think they do that just to go into the women's bathroom? Seriously? Come on. You know, and here's the other thing that for people who are saying oh, the women are gonna get raped and stuff in the women's bathroom. First of all, if you think about it, okay, unless if you have a security guard standing in front of all the bathrooms, checking people's private areas, okay, and to direct them to which bathroom to go to, okay, anybody can get into any bathroom at any given time to do the rape, okay? And here's the other thing. Statistics have shown that the ones who are really doing the rapes, okay, are older white men. Seriously. And speaking of which, these MAGA cult followers are believing someone that says it's okay to go around grabbing women by the private areas. The same person who's a convicted felon who cheated on his wife with a porn star, you know, seriously. So all this misinformation about trans people needs to stop. Okay? You need to stop it. Because that's the last group of people that would ever even think about raping women. It's the last group. They seriously, honestly, um, and to follow this person and who's a big sinner himself. I mean, seriously, that's not the right person to be following and listening to. Honestly. And here's the other thing for all these mega cult followers, mega religious who think that they're perfect and everything. We're all sinners. All of us are. You're born a sinner, you die a sinner. Honestly. Because unless if you're picture perfect, you got no right to go around telling people that they're an abomination, that they're going to hell and everything else. Seriously, honestly. You go to a mirror, look at that person that's in the mirror, and unless if that person is 100% picture perfect with no sins at all, you have no right to tell anybody else about their sins, and that you have no right to say that they're an abomination. You have no right. Seriously, honestly. And so here's the thing for all the trans people out there, to all my trans brothers and sisters out there, if you're living in a Republican state that's mega religious and everything, I strongly suggest if you're in the adult age, move to a democratic state where your rights are going to be protected, like New York, New Jersey, so on and so forth. Go to there where your rights are protected. Because even though somebody may take away the federal government rights, okay, you still can be protected under certain states w- and that state's rights, like New York State rights, New York State laws and stuff like that. I'm just giving you an example. You know, you're protected in those states. You know, trans people's their rights are protected in democratic states. Same-sex marriage are protected in democratic states. Okay? So here's the thing, if you're in the adult age, you want your marriage rights protected, if you want your trans rights protected, my s- my strongest suggestion to you is be in a democratic state where all your rights are protected. Because it's going to go down to the states how each individual state wants wants their how they're going to do their own laws, you know. So even though if something is taken away on federal level, you'll still be protected at a state level if you're in a democratic state. Okay. So um now for those that are minors that are living in Republican states, you're in just a difficult position, and I really feel bad for you. You know, and there's nothing that anybody else can really do about it. So, um, because unless if you're in the adult age or if your family as a whole gets up and moves, you know, again, you just have to go to live in a democratic state if you want your rights protected. So that's it for that. Um, and it's so sad. It really is. We really need to learn how to live and work together, okay? Seriously, honestly. And here's another thing, ladies and gentlemen. So all the trans people out there, and this is coming from a gay man, this is coming from a person who has been a big advocate for the LGBT community for well over 30 years. If you choose, or if your parents choose, for you to have the operation going from like man to woman or vice versa or whatever, unless if you have the full amount of money to pay for it yourself, okay, you can't go around believing that government health insurance should have to pay for it because the taxpayers, you can't have the taxpayers paying for it. When you're in the belief that government should have to pay for this and taxpayers should have to pay for this, and even though you maybe or your parents maybe or whatever, maybe taxpayers, you don't go down that road with saying all taxpayers have to pay for my operation or whatever. You don't do that. If you're making a decision, or if your parents are making a decision for you to have the sex change, they gotta have the money to pay for it yourself, the full thing all the way. And if you don't, then don't do it. Then don't do it. Seriously, you know. But um, can't expect taxpayers to be paying for it and stuff like that. And then, because look what's going to happen right now. The perfect example is look what's going to happen now. Now that the Republicans are in control and they're fully in control, they got the three chambers. The Medicare, which is federal, they ain't going to pay for it. That's going to stop. That's just my point. That's my point. You know, so, and they have the power to do that. They have the power to do that. So, I mean, I just gave my suggestions and stuff, that's just my opinion. And so again, unless if you live in a democratic state, you got two choices. Here's your two choices. Either you stay in that state where your rights are going to constantly be attacked and stuff like that, or when you're an adult age, or if your whole family just gets up and moves, and you got to move to a democratic state where your rights are going to be protected. That's the only two choices you got. So, but anyways, I wanted to remind all my fans out there about my website, Advocate Information Highway. The link to there is AIHNY.com. Again, that's AIHNY.com. You guys can check out all the pages on there. And if you go to the store page of my website, you'll see two links on there. One of those links is to my internet store on Zazzle.com. If you click on that link and go to my internet store on Zazzle.com, you'll see all the products that I designed and that are up for sale on my internet store on Zazzle.com. And so with that, take care, everybody. Bye.